My name is Helen Sorto, and I was the advocate for the East End Mobile Home Park. We are here at East End now. What happened was the city was going to flatland these residents' trailers. There's 52 trailers on the park, 300 residents, 190 children. They were going to flatland it and do nothing, supposedly nothing with it. We had a team of advocates get together and fight for the residents. And we decided that it was good for our community to keep these residents in their homes. We started advocating for them back in August of 2016, and we fought for them all the way to October of 17 when Catholics for Housing stood up and decided to ask the City of Manassas to allow them to buy the park.
My name is Charlie Einsmann. I'm the Vice President of Catholics for Housing. I've been on the Board of Directors for 5.5 years. I got involved because 2 years ago in August, July-August of 16, a friend of mine from another nonprofit called Voice, Amy White, her name now is Amy Abbott, showed me the purchase contract between the City of Manassas and the current owner, who was Tim Cope, and she asked me if I could step in and help because the contract proposed that the City of Manassas was going to come in and purchase the property and then evict all of the residents from the property. She approached me first of all with the idea that I could help relocate these residents through our nonprofit Catholics for Housing. And after looking at it and understanding how many residents there were and how much they were paying a month in rent, I knew it was impossible for us to come in and relocate those residents. So then we looked at it as if we tried to go down the path, well, can Catholics for Housing actually purchase the property? Catholics for Housing is a nonprofit organization that is for low-income housing, so this is sort of our forte. But I knew that relocating these folks was going to be impossible and that we had to try and figure out how to buy it. Well, at that point in time, Catholic for Housing sort of came in March of 2017. I had to go through a process of trying to figure out who the players were on both the advocacy group and the government side of things. I also had to talk with some folks to figure out if Catholics for Housing could even afford it, because when you're in the nonprofit space, you don't have a lot of money, so you don't have a lot of resources. So I had to then work on putting the resources together to make this a viable deal for Catholics for Housing, because the money had to be there somehow, some way. So I had to then put it together and then sell it to our board for us to even be involved. And then that's kind of what happened. So starting in about February of 2017, Catholics for Housing then started getting involved, and then we felt that this could be a viable project. We have a person on the board of directors of Catholics for Housing by the name of Dan Woodward. Dan Woodward owns a commercial construction company. And so I brought one of the processes that I had to do before CFH could get involved was bring Dan down there to see how much it would cost to do the infrastructure work. See, the trailer park needed 3 systems. It needed a storm water management system, it needed a brand new water system, and it needed a sewer system. The sewer system got all the press because of all the leakage and all the impediments in the soil and so far and so forth. But so Dan, I met Dan. We went over how much it would cost from a ballpark standpoint. I felt a lot of confidence in him and his company because I was very familiar with his company, that he could actually do the work in a quality manner. So now once I had a rough estimate of the numbers on how much it was going to cost, because we had 2 big purchase items, right? We had to purchase the property, and then we had to sink a lot of money into the infrastructure. So once I computed those numbers and I understood the cash flows, I then felt that this could be a viable thing for Catholics for Housing, and then we went down those paths. So bring it forward to today, the work is, I would say, 80% complete. The sewer system is in place. We are now in the process of connecting the laterals to the actual trailers themselves. The storm management system is in place. We still have got to do a final paving, and we've got a few what are called laterals to connect to the actual trailers themselves. But one of the big things about the process is that we were able to develop a partnership with the City of Manassas. So we took it from a very, it they were in opposition from day one, so we took it from an oppositional phase to a partnership phase, and that the City of Manassas is going to own the actual water and sewer systems. And so what's going to end up happening is that the individual trailers are going to be billed for a water and sewer bill, and the water bill that us owners pay is going to go away, but then the rent that the trailer park folks are going to pay is going to go down, because part of their lot rent is a water charge, so that's going to go away. But the actual work itself, the final phase that we have to do is pave the entire park, and that's what you're going to see hopefully in 4 weeks.
Well, the work is being done right now. Well, actually, the water pipes and the sewage pipes are 100% completed. What we're waiting for now is for the individual hookups to the trailers. It's very exciting to see the work as an advocate, see the hard work and dedication of these workers on the park doing what we asked them to do, and they're doing it so gracefully and so friendly with the residents, with their team, and also with Catholics for Housing. Supporting and watching this, like I said, is very humbling. The residents, they still can't believe they're still in their homes.